Hi Flosstube, I'm Lori. Welcome to my channel, Once Upon a Stitch. Today is Monday, July 15th, 2024. All those 20s seem weird, 2020. Anyway, it is my 149th Flosstube, and I'm so happy and thrilled to be with you. I have quite a bit to tell you or show you, and I hope I answer a few questions, and yeah. So I already ran some errands this morning and I came back, and so now it's my floss tube, and then it's the housework. Retreat starts in 3 days on Thursday. Tomorrow I have my a cousin's 70th birthday, and they're throwing her, I believe it's a surprise luncheon. So Sal has a doctor's appointment in the morning, and then we go to the luncheon. And then Wednesday I have a haircut appointment. I did the color myself this morning before my errands. And then Thursday starts retreat. So I'm not bringing too many projects to stitch on. I'm starting, I think, 4 new ones there. We're doing 3 and 3, which is 3 new starts in 3 hours. So I'm going to be doing those 3 new starts, and then whoever wants to is going to start a tiny town. I'm going to start the Seaside Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. And what else am I bringing? I'm bringing the library, because I started it there last year with my friend Dee, and we're going to stitch on it again together one day. And I think I decided to bring either A Perfect World or Seeking Refuge. I think Seeking Refuge, because I can do some block stitching and talking at the same time. So that's my plans as far as bringing things. I don't anticipate finishing anything there. So that's it. And then, so I think today's Monday. I think in 2 weeks, I'll come back on a Monday and do an update video. I'll tell you about retreat and everything that I've stitched on till my next video, because then on Wednesday, Sal goes in for his knee replacement. So either Monday or Tuesday, I will be back. The 29th or 30th, I should be back. Okay, let's get right into it. First of all, somebody said for me to check my Whipco board, because number 7 was not called, and I have it crossed out. And I think what happened was, so I don't have a Whipco. What happened was I completed the project during the time I was stitching, so I wrote completed and the date. So I think that's what I saw, and I X'd it out. So I do not have a Whipco, but I did stitch for July so far. It was called A Perfect World, and you'll be seeing that. And the other July one is Under the Friendship Tree, which I will be stitching on today and tomorrow. So then I'll be able to cross that out, and then I will have a Whipco. So thank you for the person that said that to me, so I can rectify my mistake. Okay, I got a lovely thank you card and a gift in here from Shar, who won a giveaway. And Shar, that was not necessary. Thank you very much. I will always think of you when I do something with that. So, okay. Oh, somebody asked me where to buy anchor thread, and I said 123 Stitch, and they said they didn't see it there. So, oops, wrong button. So I just wanted to show you, and it's funny because when I went back on 123 Stitch and looked under their threads, I didn't see it either, and I'm like, I know I saw it here. So here it is. You know, I think my eyes went right to Au Soie, but right before it is the anchor thread. So to the viewer who wanted to know where I get anchor. Okay. So then what else? Oh, somebody asked me, what was it? One of the, I don't know if it was the Heritage. No, it wasn't the Heritage sampler. It was a Brenda Keys one, the Plymouth Sampler. I think it was the Plymouth Sampler and another old one. They asked me what fabric I used. And in the beginning, when I started stitching, I didn't understand when I was watching Flosstube why people would tell me what fabric they're using, because I would say, like, I'm going to use what I want to use. Why are they telling me what they're using? But now, well, it's been a while that I get it. You also get an idea of how large the project is, because if somebody's already finished something or in the process, you can get an idea if it's being stitched on 40 count that it's going to be like this, and if it's on 28 count it might be like this. So but in the beginning I didn't know any of that, and so I didn't keep records on the fabric. Like I can look at it and tell you if it was a 28 count probably or a Ada, but not so much the color. And with Ada, sometimes, 14, I can say maybe the larger. I can't, like between 14, 16, it might be hard for me to distinguish. So somebody asked me and I did the best that I can in responding. We also had a new air conditioning system put in. That took 2 days because we had some ductwork repaired as well. Not repaired, replaced. Arlene Cohen, who is running the retreat, that starts on Thursday, works by ABC. She also has a Flosstube under Arlene Cohen. She asked our group, that we've been a group since I think her first retreat, and we get together and help her put the bags together, the swag bags. So we usually met at one of the stitchers' houses, but we weren't able to do that this year. So they met at my library. Arlene came up and booked the room, explained what we're doing, and they said, oh yeah, of course. So a few of us were able to come and help her, and Jen's husband joined us, and he was such a tremendous help. Besides carrying boxes in and out, I mean, he was right in there helping us do the work. So we got done really quickly. They had gone out to lunch, and unfortunately I wasn't able to go with them, but I had recommended like a diner, and they said they were very happy with it. So that's a good thing. All right, the last time we were together, I showed you this pattern, and I had said that I saw Joy from the Carolina Stitchers stitching this. It's a Plum Street American Welcome, and I said how much I loved it, the colors, and I pulled the DMC, but the other ones that were color and cotton, and I said I had ordered them, and I have to say they came so quickly. Within the week. I don't even think it was a week. I got my the ones that were called for this pattern, so I was very, very happy with the service. So I thought I'd just mention that. It was the first time I ordered from them. Then, let's see what else. Let's keep it in order. Oh, I had a Zoom this past, not yesterday, the Sunday before. We were trying to set up my Thursday night group, which is Dena, Donna, and Dee. We usually do Thursday nights, but I couldn't do Thursday nights because I had Layla and Caleb. Michael and Rebecca went on vacation, and her mom had the beginning Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I was not able to get on a Zoom. I wasn't even able to stitch, to be honest with you. By the time they went to bed, I was ready for bed. So yeah, it was wonderful having them over. I think the best thing in the world is holding a child when they're going to sleep. Not so much when they're sleeping, but putting them to sleep and holding them and just being there for them, comforting them. And then when they're up, it's just go, go, go. Where are we going today, Grandma? We took him to the pet store. Caleb loves going to the pet store. Not only does he buy an animal there, they have a section of aquatic animals and land animals. And he is so much into aquatic animals, especially whales. So, he always asked to go there. We look at the actual fish, and it was Layla's first time. They took her to the aquarium, but the first time at the pet store where she saw birds and what else? Some mice and ferrets. And so it was fun. It was lots of fun having them. Okay, so then what else happened? Oh, this past Saturday was a meeting at our library that I had asked my group if they would like to meet on a Saturday, since Tuesdays I was babysitting when they had their regular meeting, and they were so for it. And I'm so thrilled that they were, because now I get to see them too. So we had two new people join us, Diane and Tara. And I'm going to show you, Tara brought her Mary Poppins that she finished. You might have seen it already on Instagram. This is it. Look how gorgeous that is. And I have to tell you, her back was just as beautiful as her front. So they were so much fun to sit and chat with and stitch with, and the usual group was there. 2 people didn't make it, but we were 10. And so yeah, this group is growing, and we're so thrilled that it is. And so the next one is August. Oh, that's September. August 17th. And Pat, I know you're watching. Make sure I said the right date. We laugh because she watches my videos, and at the last one I said a different date for this meetup, and then I corrected it to the 13th. So I'm glad I corrected it, and I'm glad people showed up. So it was wonderful. Let's see. Okay, I think I told you everything else. As a matter of fact, I don't remember what I said. I started this video and I told you I ran errands. I think I told you I ran errands this morning and where I went. If I didn't, I did run errands. I'm home now doing this video. Okay, so at the library, Jen, who came for when we first did it, the Saturday, she came in, and I asked her if she was somebody else, because somebody else told me they were coming. She goes, "No, I'm Jen, but I know who you are. I watch your channel." So she is the sweetest woman. Oh my gosh. And she makes you laugh. Last week, was it last week or the week before, she had to drive her son's car out to Ohio. He's out in Ohio and he needed his car. So her and her husband, one was in each car, and they drove out there. I give her a lot of credit. That's something I could never do. I would have gone with my husband in my son's car and then flew back. Oh well. Anyway, she brought in fabric this week for people to share. She just said she wanted to share this fabric. She knew she wasn't going to do anything with it. So she gave me this one specifically. She says, "This one's for you because I know you're going to love it." And I do. It's I forget what they're called. The 10-inch by 10-inch. There's a, you know what? The thought will either come to my mind later or when I'm stop videoing. So anyway, I just wanted to show you. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay, there's the second print, and it comes in different colors. So I'll have to look up some patterns that can be done with 10-inch squares. I might have some books that I have to look through, and I think they're really adorable. As a matter of fact, I was watching the Periwinkle Stitcher. Sian, S-I-A-N. I'm not really sure. I thought she had, first time it said Sean, but I think it's Sian. She did a Lori Holt quilt in her last video, number 3. You have to go watch her. I was like in awe of that. And I think she does, it's a stitch along, and every month they do a different part of the quilt. And it made me want to just drop everything and start quilting. Not that I had anything ready, but that's how beautiful the quilt was. And I give her so much credit. It was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So, and then I got a honey roll. What is these called? Honey buns, which are not 2.5 inches. I believe they're 1.5 inches. And I just love the colors. And this is actually by It's a motif fabric by Sandy Gervais, who's Brenda Gervais' sister. So I can't wait to stitch this together. Oh, just gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at those colors. And then she had a Christmas pack that I can put with another Christmas pack I have and make a quilt, a throw. And then a woman came in with some bags, and she said her mother-in-law had passed away and her father-in-law was now ready to like donate some of the things that the wife had collected, had done. And there was some finished cross stitch that wasn't framed. And one of the ladies took that and is going to finish it. And they were gorgeous, simply gorgeous. She had some knitting needles, some yarn. One of the women took it for her granddaughter, the yarn, because she's learning how to crochet. I took these hoops. I don't usually stitch in hoops, but I sometimes finish in hoops. So if not, then I will share them with somebody else. But you know, we don't want anything to go into the garbage. Okay, I'm going to do the giveaway winners now. I did the random number generator. So the first one, number 1, is Gingerbread Trio by Little House Needleworks. And the recipient of that is Robin Bunis, B-U-N-I-S, 6792. That's number 1. I will put down my email and Instagram links, not links, because I don't link. I write down what my Instagram name is. It's just my name, basically. And if you can message me there, that would be wonderful. That's the easiest and quickest way. I don't check emails every day. I'm real bad at that. And then all of a sudden I just go on and delete. Then the second one, number 2, I don't know what name I gave this. Oberlin Samplers. It's called Gardening. And this is the pattern. And the winner is user-JZ2HRS2VZ8S. I was trying to make some sense out of that, just because it's fun sometimes. And I thought it was JZ 2 hours. And that's the rest I couldn't decipher. So that's who won this one. I'll wait a week. And if I don't hear from you, all I'm going to do is go on to your message and say, watch the video. I will not say you won anything. So if anybody ever says you won something on my videos, somebody's trying to scam you. So we try to not pay attention to something like that. Number 3 was God Bless America. And there's 2 patterns in here. It's a black and white pattern and a colored chart as well. And the winner of that is Jenny Tobias, 6551. Jenny, I think that's how you say it, Tobias, 6551. And number 4 is Cut, Press, Sew by Lori Holt. And that is Ava Allen 7117. Number 4 is Ava Allen 7117. So if you can send me your mailing address, I will get that in the mail to you. Okay, and if you know these people and you want to reach out to them and tell them to watch my video so they know that they won, that would be great. Alrighty, what's next? Let's see what I've been stitching. Let's put this here because I might need some information. So since the last time we were together, I pulled out Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street. And I'm stitching this on a 28 count Heritage Lugana. 2 threads over 2 threads over 2 threads. And I worked on the house. I tried to get that completed, this row of houses, but I just pooped out. So I have to fill that in, and then the next section is a window in each side and the door with first some gray between it. Okay, and this is what it looks like so far. Let me see if I could double it so you don't look through it. I don't know if I'll get it all. When you're short, it's hard to get everything in. So I'll have to stand up. There you go. Love this, love the colors. I don't think it goes much further than that. No. Okay. So that's, I just have to take a moment to put this away. Because I have so many here to share with you that I don't want at the end to try to figure out what goes where. The next one is the library that I'm bringing to retreat with me. And that's Little House Needleworks. And I was working on the bottom, let's see, I worked on these 3. So I wanted to get the bottom here, because what I was doing was I did this section, went to the door, and then I realized if I keep going, I might not want to do all this. So I went back and I started this. So let's see how far I've gotten. Okay, I did pretty well, I have to say. I finished under the 2 rooms of books or genres. This is supposed to be romance. I didn't put the words in yet. And the other one is mystery. Romance, mystery go outlined in the boxes there. So I finished those 2 sections, the bricks underneath and the steps underneath the front door. Aren't those colors gorgeous? Oh my goodness, I love the way it's popping. I have to appreciate the colors, because that's what draws me to the patterns that I select. And this is stitched on a Golden Promise 28 count Golden Promise Lugana, using the call for Classic Colorworks and DMC. Then, oh, this is my next one. Then I pulled out, I started watching the Virginia Stitcher's latest video, and I love watching Vicky. She gets so much done. She does a video, she's trying to do a video now once a month, and she and I are stitching this together, in that we're not physically stitching it together, but she said she would like to stitch it in memory of my granddaughter, Libby. And I said, I'd be honored. And she showed her progress on this, and I have to finish watching her video as well as asking her some questions of how she does these, because she's, to me, she's like an expert stitcher. She's been doing it for years. She's stitched on Ada with the lovely ladies, Lavender and Lace, Mirabilias, Nora Corbett's. She's done them on linen or even weave. And so I have a few questions that I'm going to ask her about working on this. So this is the picture that we're stitching. And I made some progress in this area. I didn't do a lot of progress on a lot of things this time, just because this is 28 count Jubilee Country Mocha. Now when I asked for Lugana, they say Lugana doesn't make Country Mocha, it's Jubilee. I don't know what to believe anymore, but it's Country Mocha. And this is where I've stitched in here. And these are like 3 different colors. So, yeah, it was tricky for me. I have yet to go back and put in her wing and then finish this. I think I'm going to finish this and maybe go back here and put in some color. And this is where she's at. I didn't do any of the beading. There's a light. She's holding a light here. This is Angel of Light. And Vicky showed the companion piece of this. I think it's Angel of Freedom. Vicky, I think I'm going to have to get that one as well. This would be nice for Libby, and then maybe the Freedom one for Layla. Anyway, I have such great plans of doing this and that, and I just need the time to do it and complete it and move forward. I think that's one of the things that why I'm obsessed about stitching, is because I started so late in life and there's so much I want to accomplish. So I do a lot of stitching and try to do a lot of stitching. The next one I worked on is a Lizzie Kate, Unwrap the Joy. And this is what it looks like. I was not going to do the top or bottom line. And this is being stitched on a 14 count toast Ada. And I changed the green in it to be a little bit more Christmassy green to me, my Christmas green. And that's the finish. The buttons came with the pattern. Yeah, I think the buttons came with the pattern. If it didn't, I don't remember. But I think it did, because it was, I can't remember. If I had the buttons or used buttons that I had, but they match so well, so I'm assuming the buttons came with it. So that's a finish. We're going to have another finishing day in August. So I have to get some pieces out that I want to finish so that I can then share with you. Then for July, I had pulled out or scheduled to stitch on Autumn Berries by Erica Michael. And this is stitched on a 28 count ivory Lugana. And I had finished this strawberry last year. I didn't do it this year, last year. And so now I picked up the pattern for this. And so it was all words. It says, Autumn Leaves Abound. And it's stitched all in one color. And the color was Cinnamon Toast, I believe. Let me see. Flossed used. Cinnamon Twist. Cinnamon Twist. And I finished up everything except the bottom 4 leaves. And I ran out of thread. So I picked a DMC that I thought kind of matched. And I think it's okay. I don't think it's going to be too obvious when I finish this that it was different colors. I was actually going to do a leaf in a different color, like an orangey, a rust, a yellow. But then I just picked the DMC and I'm very happy with it. So I don't know if I kept the DMC here. Yeah, this was the Cinnamon Twist from Weeks Dye Works. I don't know if I kept the, no, these are all dyed, hand-dyed threads. I must have put it back. Yeah, sorry about that. But what I did was I just got the chart out and I had a little piece of the Weeks Dye Works one and I put it onto the different colors so that I can match it as close as possible. The next one is the Scarlet House, A Perfect World. It's this one. And all I have left to do is this bottom section. So, this flower was in and this flower was in, but I had to fill in all the black behind it. Then I added this flower and I did black up to there. So I believe I have, okay, there's 3 of these flowers. So I have another one of these flowers here, and then these 2 after that, and that'll be the end of it, of the row. So this is where I've gotten to. Oh, and this is stitched on a 28 count Heritage Lugana. Getting a little bit closer. Those colors are beautiful. The little pops of red, they're not really red, but really add to the piece. So pretty, so pretty. Scarlet House. Okay, then I picked out, let's see what we're doing. Chinese Tea Room on the Nutcracker series. And I had the top border done and up to here when I picked this up. So I finished the house, the child, and the snowflakes. And this is stitched on a 28 count Country Mocha by Zweigart. And that's where I'm at. So pretty. And I'm using the DMC alternatives, not the hand-dyed threads. I decided to go with the DMC because it was going to be a big piece, and if I ran out I had to get more, and I didn't want to buy doubles unless I really needed, so I just thought I'd go with DMC. It might be easier for me to just buy that second skein. So, and what I did was I went on this, I don't know if I said Little House. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, Chinese Tea Room. And I went on to their website to get the layout of how it lays out to do it in one. And the next one is the Russian Peppermint Shop, and that's this one. So the next time I pick it up, I will be starting that one. I find that it's too much stitching to be able to finish it in 2 days. For the amount of stitching that I do, it's not that I can stitch a full 2 days. It's a couple of hours one day, a couple of hours another day. And there's those days that just don't get that time. I haven't seen this one in a while. This is Winter in the Village by Stony Creek. And I was working on the needle, this middle one, the needle workshop. And I put in a tree, I remember that. And some more of the house. So I'm trying to outline as I go, but I didn't do any outlining this time. So this is where I worked on. I added this tree, and from here up, one side of the door and then up. And the word needlework will go in that section there. And look how beautiful those are. Oh, I love Stony Creek. I know a few people are doing the different, I think Dena from Half Stitch Cross Stitch. She's doing Autumn in the Village. Can't remember everybody else, but I saw a few people working on some of these village ones. They're just so beautiful. When I take them out, I don't want to put them back, but that's the joy of working on something for 2 days, because when I put it back, most of the time I'm like, oh, I wish I could take that and just keep stitching. But then I wouldn't have as much to share with you as I like sharing with you. So the next one I picked up, these last two that I'm going to show you, I think I frogged more than I stitched. I think I stitched on this before the kids came, and then I stitched on it during the day on Saturday at the library. And I didn't come home and work on this. Then I came home and worked on the next one. So this is Month to Month by Stitching with the Housewives. I love their new series out on the homes. I'd be anxious to see all of them before I select a couple to stitch. I don't think I would want to stitch every single month one, but very curious to see how Priscilla charts the next month. So this is where I've gotten to, and what I did was I worked on the house. I think I had this apple and part of the roof, so I had to do the bottom and then this section. And like I said, I had to frog this section a couple of times to get it right. I thought I had messed up this side where I stitched this dent section, and I'm like, oh no, and I kept counting, but the count that was right. So then I realized what I had done wrong, and so I fixed it. So I love the colors. This is white Ada. Let's see if I have a count on it. No, 16 count. That's what it says. 16 count white Ada. I'm not a fan of stitching on black, only because I can't see. I love the way it looks, and I might try it again, but I picked up a piece of 16 count. I was trying to, but I just couldn't. I know, put the white, put the light, but I have a really hard time with that. So the next one I picked out was By the Bay Needle Arts, and that's Gigi by the Seashore. Now, this looks fairly simple as far as this girl. I stitched this. I guess it's a bucket. At first I thought it was a purse, but it's probably a pail to play in the sand. And I had to go all the way to the top here and pull it all out, this whole side, because I was one stitch off, and that made a difference. I was going to fudge it, and I stitched the fudge, and I just didn't like it, so then I had to pull out even more stitching. This is stitched on a 16 count Rogue Oxygen. I don't know who the dyer is. I bought it at Stitch by Stitch in a store in Cape May, New Jersey. And I was looking forward, because after retreat we were going to go down the shore for a couple of days, and I was going to visit that shop, but we decided to cancel going away. It was just too much of a rush of go here, do this, retreat, down the shore, come back, get everything done before the surgery. So we decided, you know what, maybe we'll go in November, October. I just have to call up to see if the store is open, because I know they do close. They're not open every day other than in the summer. So it's just, I like going to a store to see. I mean, I could order online. There's a number of people that have their own stores now, but I like seeing the patterns and deciding it. That's because when I order things sometimes online, I don't realize if it's over one. Sometimes it says it, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, here we go. I'm digressing. So I had stitched all the way down here and pulled out let's see, this side, part of her arm, and this side, and the pail. So I got her arm back in and part of the pail here, and then I decided to do the side of her bathing suit. And then, so after next, when I pick this up again, I'll do the pail and her pants. And that's why when I fudged it, the pants wouldn't come out right. It would have been one side would have one extra stitch, and I didn't think that was going to look well. So I just frogged it. And you can tell, like over here. But I think once I put the stitches in, it'll be fine. Then I was downstairs stitching in my stitchy spot, and I ran out of the thread for her skein, and so I ran up here to see if I had another skein of it, and I did. It's just DMC. So I did have another skein, so I put it in for the next time that I pick this up. Which reminds me, I did 2 videos last month, and I pulled them into iMovie, and then I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't realize I had to drag one. So when I uploaded it, I only uploaded one, and I had said in that video I was going to list the Flosstubers that I mentioned, but I didn't mention them in that section. So then when I did the second section that showed where I stitched, I talked about it then. So I know it was a little, I don't know if everybody saw the second video of my stitchy spot that watched my first video. So anyway, let me just make sure I told you everything. Okay, I showed you everything I stitched. I would love to do some quilting, but oh, my machine broke. Ah. I was making some things for my table mates, small things for my table mates at retreat, and I was down to like the last one, or I had last 2, and all of a sudden something happened to the tension in my machine, and I don't know what happened. So I brought it in to be repaired, but the guy that does my type of machine wasn't going to be in until the 18th, but I can't use it anyway, so I left it, and hopefully they can fix it, because it's a Singer shop, and the gentleman there, I think he was the expert on those Singer type of machines, but mine is a Viking, and has a lot of, like, he didn't know how to put the presser foot down. I had to tell him that you have to turn the machine on in order to, so he said that the guy will be back from vacation on the 18th. Okay. So I pulled out an older Viking that I have, and I couldn't find the presser foot. I'm feeling in the back. I'm like, where the heck is the presser foot? I know this one doesn't have a push button. So I had to get the manual out, and the presser foot is like part of the machine. Like, it doesn't stick out where you would feel it. So you have to actually, as part of the machine, you have to just lift it. And I was like, oh my gosh, when you don't do something right away. But luckily I had the book. My other machine, I think I bought in 2012. So the other one had to be like maybe 5 or 6 years prior to that. Okay, so if you're still here with me, I have a giveaway again. And, okay, number 1, I didn't put numbers on here. Number 1 is Little House Needleworks, and this is called The Farmer's Daughter. I also wanted to look up a question. Sometimes they're fun to hear the answers. Please do not say giveaway. Do not say I want to win. Just put in number 1 for The Farmer's Daughter. Number 2 is also Little House Needleworks. This is Home of a Needlework Squared. These patterns were given to me, but if you can see right here, I have one that's Home of a Needleworker. So 1 is enough for me. So somebody, two people, Diana and Christina, sent me a charge that said, you know, stitch them, share them. So I'm bringing some to Retreat for the giveaway table, and I'm sharing some here. This one is cute, but I wouldn't stitch it. Non è Halloween senza zucche. It's not Halloween without pumpkins, by Core e Batticore. And that's number 3. Please be 18 years or older to enter. Do not say giveaway. And tell me what the weather is in your, wherever you come from. Like if it's hot, humid. Like today is supposed to go up to 97, I think. And in New Jersey, we have tons of humidity. Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks now that it's been almost unbearable. So tell me how it is wherever you live. One person, I said, oh, enjoy your, she made a comment. I respond, they said, so enjoy the rest of your summer. And she goes, we're in Australia, it's winter. So that's why sometimes when people wish me a religious holiday, like Merry Christmas, I can't always tell if you celebrate Christmas or you celebrate Hanukkah or you celebrate Kwanzaa or anything else. So sometimes I'm hesitant about saying it back to you. But so if you wish me something and I didn't wish it back to you, it's only because I don't know if you celebrate what I celebrate. So, but if you tell me, I will wish you that too. All right, I'm getting crazy. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you come back in 2 weeks and hear all about what I've been up to and how Retreat was. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Seeing a lot of friends, new friends, making new friends, old friends. I never win anything, but I love watching everybody who does. Because we have a great raffle table, which I'm looking forward to, trying for anyway, because the proceeds go to a non-kill animal shelter. So that's wonderful. And Arlene always goes in August to drop off the money. And the woman is so grateful because she said in the summertime, people forget to give to those shelters. Alrighty, on that note, enjoy the rest of July, I guess, but I'll be back at the end of July. I hope everything goes well for you. And I hope you get some stitching done. I hope you stay cool. And if you're in Australia or anywhere south of the border, I hope you stay warm. Take care, guys. Love you. Mwah.